And the person who finds himself in the middle of this controversy is Uday Kumar, someone who actually designed that symbol of the rupee. He joins us live here on NDTV. Mr. Uday Kumar, how do you see this entire controversy playing out in your home state? The fact is that you are also the son of a former DMK MLA.
Well, I just got to hear about the news. The state government took a decision, so I'm not so sure what I should be saying. So, yeah, my father was an MLA even before I was born. So, again, it just happens to be a coincidence, I should say.
Okay, do you see this as an insult to the Indian rupee? And would you say that it's an unnecessary controversy or an escalation of sorts, which has a path of for which perhaps the DMK Supremo and MK Stalin has much to explain about?
Well, like I said, I mean, it's the state government which took a decision. They thought that probably they wanted to replace it with the regional script. Well, it's their take on it. So I do not see much to comment on that. But yeah, maybe the government should be able to answer. So from my point of view, yeah. So because the symbol has already been in use and it's been used for almost 15 years now. So yeah. So I don't have much to say, like I said. Yeah.
Yes, but the word rupee actually comes from a word which has a kind of a Tamil origin. Correct me on that.
Yeah, it's Rubai, Rupeya, Rubai. They all have similar sounds, yeah, so similar pronunciations.
And it has an origin in Tamil script.
You are asking about the symbol or you are asking about the word, the rupee?
The word.
Yeah, perhaps, yeah, so maybe. So I'm not so certain, but yeah, maybe.
So 14 years ago when you designed it, when you actually conceptualized it, did you actually foresee a controversy of this nature playing out at this point that we are seeing?
Certainly not, because see, I was only concerned about what was that task at that point of time, because I was trying to kind of address the project, the competition brief that was announced, and I was trying to fulfill that. Yeah? And I also wanted to create something which is universal and which is also very pleasing and simple, and yet which is has an impact and which is meaningful. So I never thought about something like this today, that will happen today.
Are you disappointed in any way? You know, it's your state government which has rejected it. I would not use the word your, but yes, it's Tamil Nadu government which has rejected that symbol, which is seen as a symbol of national unity in many ways. It's a symbol of circulation. It's a symbol which unifies India.
Well, I'm not affected by it. There are so many things which are, as a designer, you face through your work, and like I said, it is the state government which decided to do it, and they're trying to implement it. But yeah, as a designer, so I do not see. I'm not much affected by the decision, I should say.
Okay, you're not affected by the decision, but, I'm looking at a series of reactions which have come in, and I'm moving away from politics because, the fact is that this is a symbol which has been adopted by the whole of India, and it is incorporated in our currency. So it is very much a symbol of pride for all of us. Do you see this as some kind of an unnecessary maneuvering by the state government?
Well, I'm no one to comment, but like I said, the government decided. Probably they may have their own reasons for that, and which I'm not very sure of. But yeah, so far this has been in circulation, and everybody have been using it, which I'm happy about. Which definitely, like you said, so I'm proud of the creation. But yeah, if there can be in future many things can happen, so it's difficult for us to kind of really predict. And yeah, the state government decided to change it. Yeah, it's up to them. So I don't see anything from what I can kind of comment about. Yeah.
Many are saying that this is some kind of disregard to a Tamilian, in the sense that a contribution which has been made by a Tamilian. So it is, your contribution to a subject of national pride, which is being disregarded by the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
I see. I do not know what to say on that. See, typically, it's not all designs that we do are successful or it's very much appreciated. There might be somewhere you face the criticism. So, as a designer, you are always you take them as a positive, a learning, and then you move on. And so I do not see this as a disregard to my work because so probably they had their own thought process when changing it. And like I said, it's already been implemented, so it's been there. And so I do not find it like being a disrespectful or disregard to my work or anything like that. Because it's already been accepted, right? So.
Okay, you don't see this as disregard or disrespect to your work, but just a word on what is being seen here. In the Tamil language, the currency is called a Rupee. And this is a word or a phrase which has its origin in Rupee, which is essentially a Sanskrit word. So given the origin and the efforts which came in, or a contribution which was made by somebody like you, because you designed it, you actually brought something which stands today as symbolic of India. It is circulated all in India and also in several countries around the world as well. So do you see this as a provocation by the Stalin government?
Well, I mean, it's to the government. So I don't know what to say. Like I said, I just designed it as a part of a competition and I won, and people kind of, the government implemented it, and it's all in circulation and it's in usage. So if the state government decided to take a decision, so I do not know what I can say or comment on that, right? And like you already mentioned that it's a learning for me that it has emerged from Sanskrit and all. Well, thank you. And it's just that I do not know what I can say. So.
Okay, my last question to you, because all the genesis of all that we are seeing is in national education policy, because the Stalin government has rejected the national education policy. They are of the opinion that the two-language policy, which is presently in place in Tamil Nadu, is the way forward, and that they do not want to, go ahead with the three-language policy, which is being pushed by the center, because the center says that this is, this will ensure that the students get more opportunities. But the Stalin government sees this as some kind of imposition of the Hindi language. How do you see this debate playing out? Because you have studied there, and do you think that there is a need for a third language to be educated, to be taught to the students in the state?
Again, I see there are different views and opinions. The government has its own views and opinions. If you're asking me as an individual or design, so I do not know as to what to comment on, because if it is to do with the national education policy and inclusion of the scripts into the system, education system, probably a different question, because I would like to limit myself with the comment on on the design aspects of it, because I'm only familiar with that, and so.
Okay. All right, Mr. Uday Kumar. Thank you so much for speaking to NDTV.